Welcome and thank you for taking this course. We need to start by preparing our local environment, all right? Like our lab. Let's just say our lab where we're gonna, do everything, all right? And we're gonna start with let's start with some of the things we need. We need a server, all right? And we need a database, all right? And we need a scripting language. Okay, we need three things. All right. Now, I don't want to start by talking about different types of servers and all that and all that. Let me just go straight to the point. We would need an Apache server. All right. We would need an Apache server, and then we would need MySQL. All right, for this course, and then we will need PHP. So Apache will be our server. All right, let's go with that. MySQL will be our server, our database. MySQL is a very it's a very strong database. I mean, even Facebook can run on MySQL. All right, you can run billions of data on MySQL. So let's go with that. And you're gonna probably use MySQL a lot. And let's go with PHP. PHP is actually uh, one of the most popular server scripting languages. All right. Now, when we say server scripting language, we just mean that when you write your codes, all right, and you write your functions, and in your functions, you state your instructions. Let's say you instruct your code to get data from a database. All right. Now that code has to be executed not on the front end, but on the server, on the Apache server. All right, which is also communicating with your database MySQL. So you see, it's like three connections. Yeah, you have the Apache server communicating with the database, and you have the server scripting language, which is PHP, right? Executing the codes over there, and then bringing back the result to the front end. So we need these three things. All right. Now we are lucky to have a lot of software out there that have already combined these three things that we need. All right, one of them is ARMS. All right, and if you look at ARMS, ARMS is actually a combination. It's a cross-platform AMP stack, right? So actually, the three things we need, we can call them AMP stacks. All right, we got the Apache for the A, and then M for MySQL, and P for PHP. So ARMS is a good local server that you can install. Now ARMS actually combines WAMP. If you're using Windows, see, this is W for Windows, and M for Mac, and L for lamp. So you already get the story. So whichever one you want, you can download. All right. Now for this course, I'm going to be using XAMPP. All right. Now XAMPP is also one of the best local servers that you can install. All right. And I use XAMPP because it's easier for me, to configure and use. That's why I use XAMPP. So if you like to use XAMPP, you can use XAMPP. If you want to use AMP, you can use AMPs. All right. So whichever one you want to use, just Google it. All right. ZA, right, MPP, and then download. Download it. All right. So when you click on download, you'll be taken to the download site. You can download XAMPP for Windows. You can download XAMPP for Linux. You can download it for uh, OS Mac also. All right. So I already have it downloaded. So I want you to download this. Make sure you download it. You're downloading it for the right bit. All right. Download it and install it, and then after installing, make sure you run it as an admin. After installing, this is what you're going to see. After installing, you'll have to go to your root. All right, go to your C drive, or your roots, and then look for XAMPP. All right, XAMPP will be a folder in your root. Just double click on it, and what you want to do is you want to you want to look for the XAMPP control. All right, you want to get to the control panel of XAMPP. All right, so instead of coming back here and clicking on this all the time, you just want to right click on this and create a shortcut to the desktop. All right, so when you run it from the desktop, you're going to see the control panel like this. So this is the XAMPP control panel. All right. Now from here you can see the services. All right. We have Apache here. We have MySQL here. All right. Now for PHP, we will have to download and install a coding software, right? Like Brackets or Notepad or Coda or Sublime, something that has PHP. So for now, on this server, we only have Apache and MySQL as the models. Now, what you want to do is start the services, all right? You start them from here and you stop them from here, all right? And you configure them from here, all right? Now, if you have a software like Skype or any other application that uses what we call ports, because Apache or these models, they use ports to run on, all right? Now by default you'll be using port 80 for your Apache, all right, and you'll be using a different port for your MySQL. So what we want to do is change our port numbers, because we don't want them to conflict with other applications that we install in the future. All right, and I'm not talking about just our server environment, but other applications that you might install like Skype and stuff like that. If you read other articles, they would say uninstall Skype or go to Skype and change the config file, or go to, you know, a whole lot of bunch of stories about, you know, how to deal with this problem. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to deal with this problem in a professional way. We're going to configure our Apache config file so that we can always run this modules, this services, without having to conflict it with any other application. All right, so just click on the config here, all right, and then click on the Apache into bracket httpd dot config. All right, so you got a test file that opens, and what you want to do is just run excuse me, run listing. All right, so just keep clicking on it and you will see down here you get your listing with the IP address of the your server colon the port number. So if you started this at the first time, you probably see 80, you see column 80. All right, so what you want to do is change this to maybe 8080 or maybe 9090, you know, 1990 minus 1990, and it works fine for me. All right, so change it to something that is different from 80, because a lot of applications run on port 80. You want to do the same thing for the listing below here also. All right, so you have the same number here and the same number below the listing. All right, the next thing you want to do is look for a server name. All right, server name localhost. That is the name of our server, localhost. So run it, click on it, and you will see down here also that you would have port 80 or some other port. What you want to do is assign this with the same port number that you used for the listing. All right, that's it, you're done. You're done configuring your Apache. All right, so make sure you close this and save this. All right, and click on start. When you click on start, it will start, and when it starts, you'll see that it started, and you would not see any of these red errors, you know, or any of these, and it will be running. All right, and start your MySQL also. All right, now what else do you want to do? What you want to do is check if it is really configured by clicking on admin here. So when you click on admin here, you're going to be taken to this page here. If you can see this, you have successfully configured your Apache server without any conflict, without any hustle. All right, and also you would want to go back and start your PHP admin also. All right, just start that one too, and you'll be taken to this page. So basically, when you look at the address bar, you will see localhost, that is the name of the server, colon, followed by the port number, the one that we just configured, and then the folder that has the file that you're pulling out. All right, so on this page you can see I have localhost. This is my Apache page. Then I have the file, the port number, followed by this folder. Now this folder is the folder that is going to keep all our files. All right, now if you add / and then you put anything here, you're trying to access the files that you created. All right, so now what we have to do is we need to find this folder. I don't know if you have it different, but if you have something like this, all right, without the dashboard, it's cool, just leave it. But if you have this, a folder name followed, that is followed by that is coming after the port number, what you want to do is you want to go to your uh, files inside a local drive. All right, and we need to locate that, and all the web applications that we're going to build, we are going to keep them in the htdocs folder here. Right, so find htdocs, which is a folder inside XAMPP on your local drive. Double click on it, and then here we see the dashboard here, the dashboard here. All right, so what you want to do is right click on the dashboard and also send it to the desktop. All right, because all the files that we're going to create, we're going to keep them inside this dashboard folder so that we can see it here. For example, if I type the name of my of this this uh, application that we are going to build, when I type it here and I go to like so, see that I pull the application out. All right, so we are going to be working inside this the dashboard folder, or whichever folder that is preceding your port number. So that's what you want to do. Again, you want to go back to your root folder, click on XAMPP, click on htdocs, and then right click on the name of the folder. It could be dashboard for you also, and then point it to the desktop. All right, so if you have any problem, let me know from the comments. I will get back to you, I will reply you, I will fix the problem for you. But if you don't have any issue and you're seeing these pages, all right, you're seeing your these pages, then you have successfully configured MySQL and you have configured Apache. On the next lecture, we're going to work on our codes. All right, I mean our coding program. All right, because that's what we need to to create and program our codes. All right, so thank you very much. I'll see you on the next lecture.